what is true in time? Does it really change with every season? Or is it always fixed and bound to reason? What is true in time? What is true in time? And the words I used to think were mine come back to me in another's lines. Yesterday comes back in rhyme. Yesterday comes back in rhyme. Yes, I look around and often find the past is either here or close behind. I look ahead, I could swear there was a path, now nothing's there. This crumpled map's too hard to read. It seems that time just picks up speed. It seems that time just picks up speed. If we find love in time, there's room for yours and mine. If what is true can change with every minute, then how can we believe or have faith in it? If I can sing long enough and make each song a song of love, then maybe every song comes true, true in time, true in time. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. My name is John, and I will be your singer. That was a song called True in Time, the title song of my newest CD. It came out a little over a year ago. And I wrote that with Pete Kennedy of the Kennedys. He came up with the title, True in Time. Then we collaborated on the lyrics over the internet. Then I came up with the tune and ran the chords by him, and he said they were okay. So you never know where the songs will come from, but that's how that came about. And the truth is in trouble these days, so I try to call attention to that with that song. Okay, it's been a while since I've been here. How many of you have not seen me play live before? Okay. Okay, more than a couple. Okay. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you, people. If you raised your hand, I will refer to as one of the new people, and I want to make the new people feel welcome. I don't want you to feel like outsiders, and I also want to welcome back the people who've come before. So I'm grateful for both of you, but I want to give a little more attention to the new people. Give them a couple introductory songs, some orientation songs. It seemed to help the new people, so I'm gonna go ahead and do one of those. The most effective introductory song. It's a song about where I'm from. Perhaps some of my people are here today. There's more. I'm from New Jersey. I don't expect too much. If the world ended today, I would adjust. I'm from New Jersey. No, I don't talk that way. I watch too much TV. I was young. I'm from New Jersey. My mom's Italian. I've read those mafia books. We don't belong. There were girls from New Jersey who had that great big hair. Once found in shopping malls, I will take you there. I'm from New Jersey. It's not like Texas. No, there is no mystery. I can't pretend. I'm from New Jersey. It's like Ohio, but even more so. Imagine that. I know which exit and where I'm bound. The tolls on the parkway, they will slow you down. New Jersey people, they will surprise you, 'cause they're not expected to do too much. They will try harder, they may go further, 'cause they never think that they are good enough. I'm from New Jersey. I don't expect too much. If the world ended today, I would adjust. Yes, I would adjust. I would adjust. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. That was called I'm from New Jersey. Yeah, you did it. All right. You must be not be one of the new people. All right. That was called I'm from New Jersey. I am from there. I grew up. I was born in Newark. I grew up in. Thank you. Thank you. I'll tell them that you just did that. I grew up in Colonia, New Jersey, in Woodbridge Township, Middlesex County. Okay, so that seems to help people a lot because the attitude expressed in that song underlies a lot of the other songs that you will hear. That's why it's effective as an orientation song. Okay. I've got another introductory song, but I don't have to do it right away. But I could do it right now. Okay, all right. Very good. Thank you for your being decisive. Okay, this one, oh yeah. This song comes from a rough time. When I got a job. A full-time job. I'd had jobs that, that were kind of 40 hours a week or whatever, but they always had an end, there was always an end in sight, and there was always a light at the end of the tunnel. But this is a full-time job with no light, all tunnel. I knew fairly early on that I had enough work experience early on to know I wanted to support myself, I wanted to be independent. But I wanted to do that without having a job. And I did not know anyone who did that. So I went to college. I was the first and only person in my family to go to college. And I was glad about that. And the very first night of the very first day of college, I had a freshman orientation coffee house. And all the performers were from the incoming freshman class, and I signed up to play. And I had not played at a coffee house before. I didn't know exactly what one was. I played at the church folk group, and I played a couple shows in high school, but that's it. So I practiced some songs, but when that first night of the first day of college came along, my throat had closed off, and I realized I'd be unable to sing any of the songs I had practiced because they were kind of demanding and had big notes at the end. So I don't really know what I did. I believe I played the banjo, I played guitar, and I sang. A little while later, there was a guy who played mandolin and guitar and sang. I found out he was also from New Jersey. This is in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, at Moravian College. And in the audience was a guitar player who saw the makings of a bluegrass band. So that was the beginning of the Razzie Dazzie Spasm Band. Sorry to be such a name dropper right off the bat here. What can I say? Life isn't fair. You know, sometimes people get the big breaks early. So I played that first night. I played at all the coffee houses they would let me. There was one they didn't let me. And then I eventually ran the coffee house program there at school. But a few months after that first night, the guitar player in the audience, Doug Anderson, took me to the professional coffee house on the south side of Bethlehem, a place called Godfrey Daniels Coffee House, which is still there. Yeah. I played there in January. And they didn't have a show that night. He was trying to get a booking for a friend of his who was a blues guitarist and songwriter. His name is George Gritzbach. And he was trying to get a booking for him at Godfrey Daniels from Dave Fry, who ran the place. And so he was bringing his first record album to Dave. They didn't have a show that night, but there was a kind of an informal jam session going on in the front room, and there was guitars and fiddles and mandolins. And at one point they passed me the guitar and I sang a song, and they were very nice about it. And I remember looking up at the wall at the pictures of the people who were going to be playing there, and I thought, wow, this is what Greenwich Village must have been like in the 60s, because I'd read about that. And a few years later, when I found out what Greenwich Village had become, I wished it was more like Godfrey's. Anyway, I started going to the open mics on Sunday nights and to the shows. After the first set, they would drop the price in half, so I was able to experiment on people whose descriptions looked interesting on the counter, but whose music I did not know. And there was no internet then, there was no YouTube. So it was just going based on the descriptions, but I felt like I discovered a whole world of music I didn't know existed, and it was better than what I'd seen on TV or heard on the radio, a lot of it. And so some of my favorite people I got to see there were Claudia Schmidt and Rosalie Sorrells and Utah Phillips and Stan Rogers and Nancy Griffith and Jack Hardy, great people. And I thought, boy, if I could be like one of the people who plays at a place like this, that would be the best thing. So I started heading in that direction and away from everything else, and I didn't know how that would work out with my schoolwork and my scholarly stuff. So to have a more secure future, I became a philosophy major. So I didn't know how the music thing would work out financially. So I had a plan. It worked out great. Upon graduation, I got a job delivering flowers, because I was qualified with my degree. I did that for 3.5 years. Not to brag. And then I was offered this full-time job that plunged me into a deep pit of melancholy, despair, and woe, because I didn't know if I was trading my dream of playing music like one of the Godfrey's people. I was trading it in for a steady paycheck. So I wrote this song in that deep pit. It became the title song of my second record, which had no happy songs on it whatsoever. That's some people's favorite. I'm not knocking it. There'll be less talk as we go along here, so that's something to look forward to. Okay, this is called Land of the Bottom Line. I couldn't bribe a wino on what I used to make. My fortune was as sure as the wind. wonder, and time was on my hands. It was mine to burn and to bend. Freedom for freedom, call that an even scheme. Give me time to wonder and to dream. I need the money, they'll take the time. Down to the land of the bottom line, to the bottom line. Then there came a chance to make some steady dough, bouncing up my alley to the door. You fill your clothes with keys and damned responsibilities, trading the maybe for the sure. Freedom for freedom, call that an even scheme. Give me time to wonder and to dream. I need the money, they'll take the time. Down to the land of the bottom line, to the bottom line. Hey, hey. All I ever wanted was to be a kid and play, fighting every change along the way. I don't like work, but I don't like waste, and I don't like waiting for a taste. Freedom for freedom, call that an even scheme. Give me time to wonder and to dream. I need the money, they'll take the time. Down to the land of the bottom line, to the bottom line. Hey, 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 hey. Thanks very much. Thanks for clapping for that one, because it brings up terrible memories for me. I'm glad somebody liked it. All right. There's a line in that last verse, I don't like work, I don't like waste, I don't like waiting for a taste. My wife said, you shouldn't sing that, you don't mind work. And it reminded me of something that Utah Phillips said. He said there's a difference between work and toil. Work is what you do for yourself, and toil is what you do for others. So I really should be singing, I don't like toil. But that's a whole nother syllable. I said that in Texas a few months ago, and they said, not in Texas, it's not. Seriously. Okay. Oh, okay. This just came in as a request. Try to take the mental requests, try to get to them. Try to get to all the requests. That last one was also a request from a few weeks back. Check that one off. Here's a song from my first record. Came out in the late 1900s. I saw a stranger with your hair, tried to make her give it back. So I could send it off to you, maybe Federal Express, 'cause I know you'd miss it. I saw another with your eyes, the flash just turned my head. I went to try them on for sighs, but they looked the other way, and they wouldn't listen. But you're never hard to find in a crowd. The people around you smiling out loud. Their feet don't touch the ground. No, their feet don't touch the ground. No, their feet don't touch the ground. I saw her, I heard a stranger with your voice. It took me by surprise. Again I found it wasn't you, just an angel in disguise, in for a visit. And by the way, how is my heart? I haven't seen it since you left. I'm almost sure it followed you. Could you sometime send it back? I'll buy the ticket. But you're never hard to find in a crowd. The people around you smiling out loud. Their feet don't touch the ground. No, their feet don't touch the ground. No, their feet don't touch the ground. I saw a stranger with your hair. I heard another of your eyes. I heard an angel with your voice, yeah. And by the way, how is my heart? By the way, how is my heart? Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. Okay, I'm gonna do another song from the True in Time record. So I started to go regularly to the open mic nights at Godfrey Daniels, and I started to host the open mic nights while I was still in school, and became kind of a general purpose volunteer at Godfrey's. I helped out at the counter in the front room, and helped as an usher and a kind of sound man, MC, and eventually opening act. And some of the people I opened shows for opened doors for me in other parts of the country. Claudia Schmidt and Jack Hardy and Nancy Griffith all did those things, and I'm very grateful for that. Before Godfrey's was a coffee house, it had been a donut shop. And where they used to make the donuts is where they make the music now. Something beautiful about that. It's like poetry. I get a little choked up just thinking about it. This is how I look when I'm choked up. I won't share all my thoughts with you. Let me do this one for you. This is a song I wrote while I was sitting down. Okay. And this is a song I wrote for my friends at Godfrey Daniels, and I mentioned Bethlehem, Pennsylvania was the home of Bethlehem Steel, the big steel company. That's where they had their corporate headquarters, and the big steel plant along the Lehigh River. They said at its busiest that it was a 5-mile long plant from the coke works all the way to the western edge, and all situated along the Lehigh River. So that's mentioned in there. Also on top of South Mountain, there's a light that lights up every night that they call the Star of Bethlehem. And at Christmas time, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania calls itself the Christmas City. And they have bus tours through the historic section of town. It was settled by the Moravians in the 1740s. The Moravians were a German-speaking people from what is now, I guess, like the Czech Republic or somewhere. And about 7 miles away from Bethlehem is Nazareth, Pennsylvania. And that's the home of Martin Guitars, and as well as the NASCAR freeway kind of place. So this is a song I can't talk. This is a song I wrote called Nazarene Guitar. Okay. It goes like a lot like this. The cool people had a meeting and decided that I wasn't one of them. So I took my Nazarene guitar, played it all the way to Bethlehem, where some kind people took me in before I even found that I was lost. Oh, my mind moved slowly, north side covered with moss. Nazarene guitar, South Mountain star. Roads can scar and heal, words can heal and scar. Oh, but love lasts longer, love is stronger than steel. There's music in the valley, the sounds of how it feels. They welcomed me, front door key to my dreams. Oh, the young and the poor tend to see the lower extreme. Oh, I listened in the winds, filling with sounds that were true. Oh, it seems I was given more than I was due. Nazarene guitar, South Mountain star. Roads can scar and heal, words can heal and scar. Oh, but love lasts longer, love is stronger than steel. There's music in the valley, the sounds of how it feels. Future family had a meeting and decided that I could be one of them. So I took my Nazarene guitar, played it all the way from Bethlehem. Oh, I miss those hills, kept watch on me and my friends. Oh, but mostly it's the faces with me till the end. Although I slouched away, they'll be with me till the end. This is a song that people ask for a lot. And it started out as a poem a friend of mine sent to me a long time ago, and I made it into a song. The poem was written by a woman from western Pennsylvania, and her name was Elma Dean. And the song goes out to the ones who didn't come home, and for the ones who remember. This is called Let Them In. Let them in, Peter. They are very tired. Give them couches where the angels sleep. Light those fires. Let them wake whole again. The brand new dawns, fired with the sun, not war time's bloody guns. May their peace be deep. Remember where the broken bodies lie. God knows how young they were to have to die. God knows how young they were to have to die. Oh, give them things they like. Let them make some noise. Give roadhouse bands, not golden harps. These are boys. Let them love Peter. 'Cause they've had no time. They should have trees and bird songs and hills to climb. The taste of summer in a ripened pear. And girls sweet as meadow winds with flowing hair. Tell them how they are missed. Say not to fear, it's gonna be alright with us down here. Let them in, Peter. I'd like to do a couple more for you here, right here. Then there'll be a little intermission. And then during the intermission, I'll write up the first set. I don't write up the set list until after. Because that leaves you the chance to make some suggestions. I don't know all my songs, but I've gotten some requests. Some I will not be able to do. There's some I can retrieve one or two during the break. There's an internet connection. But I want to tell you that the lyrics you can get on the internet are not always accurate. So I can't vouch for the authenticity of the lyrics that I will sing. Jonathan, I decided not to boost it when I'm doing the finger picking stuff because I can hear well enough here, so I hope that doesn't screw you up out there. Okay, this is another song from the True in Time record. It's a song sent out to the people who might be having trouble dealing with the world as it is now. If you're not having trouble, I'm very happy for you. Very glad you're not having trouble. This is for the rest of us. the song I wrote a couple Januaries ago. Say no more. It's called Tattooed. It's a pretty new day in a pretty new year. It's hard to know where to go from here. It's easier to say, 'cause talking is cheap. Are you worried now? Are you losing sleep? Worried Man Blues is an old song that comes to mind. In a world gone wrong, where hope is so hard to find. Losing hurts worse than when it feels good. They say move on, and you know you should. When the good is lost, but the damage stays, a tattooed heart can last you all your days. Celebrate. It could come in a rush, but not stay late. There's a lot of art on the younger skin, and unseen marks deep within. Worried Man Blues is an old song that comes to mind. In a world gone wrong, where hope is so hard to find. Losing hurts worse than when it feels good. They say move on, and you know you should. So you carry on as best you can. Get out of bed and rise again. Do one more sing-along and take a break. All the songs I've done so far have been sing-alongs. A lot of times the performer tells you ahead of time. I think that's the better way. Okay. I do have some CDs there for sale. The proceeds go to one of my favorite causes, the Center for Advanced Learning at my house. We've got 2 kids in college now, so that's where that's going. I will sign things afterwards if you want me to sign the CDs. I can sign my name. I can sign just about anybody else's name on there. I'm a pretty good speller. There I go bragging again. Okay. All right, I hope you can stick around for the rest. I'll be back as soon as you're ready. I'm going to try to retrieve some of those requests and then see what I can do. I did not deliver these flowers, but I appreciate them. I can tell they were well delivered, professionally speaking. Okay. All right. apparently the introduction is over. Oh, no, I didn't tell you about the song, did I? I just told you it was a sing-along. I didn't tell you your part. Yeah, it's a song about wanting to be a tree when you grow up. It's called Branching Out, and the chorus, go hope it's the same one that I'm thinking of. The chorus goes, and that's your part. I'm gonna reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach till I know why.
Okay.
I'll start. Well, thanks. That'd be great if you could sing on this one, because you missed out on the others. My fault. Okay, branching out, take one. Gonna make my home with the birds and the bees and the squirrels. They can count on me when I grow up to be a tree. I'll let my joints get stiff, put my feet in the ground, take the winters off and settle down. Keep my clothes till they turn brown. When I grow up, I'm gonna settle down. And I'm gonna reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach till I know why. Nice. When the spring comes by, I'm gonna get real green. If the dogs come by, I'm gonna get real mean. On windy days, I'll bend and lean. When I grow up, I'm gonna get real green. If I should fall in storm or slumber, please don't turn me into lumber. I'd rather be a Louisville slugger, swinging from the seats. I'm gonna reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach till I know why. I'm gonna reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach till I know why, till I know why. Thank you. Welcome to the second part. I got some requests. I'm going to try to get to them. I wasn't able to get all the lyrics to all the requests, so I'm going to have to just do the ones that I know. I think I know going into it. I have to have some sort of confidence about that. Okay. This is a song. It's the oldest song I wrote that I still do. I was 19, I think, when I wrote it, but it was true then in a lot of ways. It's even more true now in other ways. It's called Like My Watch. Like my watch, I'm a little slow, and I don't always go when I'm supposed to. I'll take my time and still change my mind, and I'll stop if you drop me. Like my cup, I'm a little dry, so please take the time to fill me. Take out my spoon and you'll see real soon that it don't take much to stir me. Like my shoes, I'm not real new, but I don't like to get stepped on. A little polish, a little shine, and I will turn out fine if you rub me in the right way. I was 19. And like my lamp, I'm not real bright, so I don't have no more words. Thanks. That's the only one of the requests I know standing up. So I'm going to okay, I've got these different capos here. If you notice that, this is a normal one. It's a clamp that covers all 6 strings and raises the pitch. I've got these partial capos here. This one covers the middle 4. The other one covers the middle 4. This one covers 3. This one covers 5. It'll leave the top string or the bottom string open, depending on how you put it on the guitar. Okay. So it gives you kind of an open tuning sound without having to retune or change your left hand chord forms all that much. You have to change the E minor chord, you have to do that. I don't do that. Some people do that. Some people get a little crazy. They get three those partial capos on. That's a little, I think it's a little weird. Okay, this is a song from that first record. And it's a song about a woman from Minnesota. And I live in Minnesota now. I've been there for longer than anywhere else. I did grow up in New Jersey, as I led you to believe, and then lived in Pennsylvania for almost 20 years, and then the last bunch of years in Minnesota, because I couldn't take the Pennsylvania winters anymore. Looking for some kind of senior living places in Nome. It's a woman from Grand Rapids, Minnesota. I dreamed of Judy Garland and of her bottled blues, resting in a dressing room, shaking stardust from her shoes. She spoke of her beginnings at Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and of touching millions with no one really there. A child of the movies in a pyrite golden age, I never knew the price she paid for a life upon that stage. Judy had that catch in her voice that put your heart into her hand. Judy, she had trouble. Judy had no choice but to give her heart upon demand. She had to give her heart upon demand. Oh, she had trouble sleeping and waking for the day, with studio prescriptions to keep her thin and fade. They'd work her to exhaustion, propelled by benzodrine, then call her unreliable if she would miss a scene. From vaudeville in Grand Rapids danced to the walkway of the stars. Who'd have known a girl so young could have gone that far? Judy had that catch in her voice that put your heart into her hand. Judy, she had trouble. Judy had no choice but to give her heart upon demand. She had to give her heart upon demand. The Palladium in London, the Palace in New York, the comeback of a trooper when God wondered at her work. She asked me of the movie stars and the singers of today. I said I couldn't think of one she wouldn't blow away. She laughed and then she thanked me and said she had to go. There were rainbows waiting down along a golden road. Judy had that catch in her voice that put your heart into her hand. Judy, she had trouble. Judy had no choice but to give her heart upon demand. She had to give her heart upon demand. I dreamed of Judy Garland all on a summer's night, resting in a dressing room, packing stardust for her flight. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Oh, maybe this one. So I'm going to use the other capo that covers the middle 4 strings on this next one. This is a song from a record, I think it was Jack's, no, it wasn't Jack's Coast, it was The Company You Keep, I believe. One of mine. I was reading about Abraham Lincoln and some of the things he wrote and said and did, and then I was also around that time reading a book about one of those Beat Generation books about Jack Kerouac and his pals. And so both of those guys ended up in this song. It's the only song I have that has Abraham Lincoln and Jack Kerouac in it. So far. It's called Oh Abraham. I see a penny and I pick it up. If not the money, I could use the love. And if it's face down, then I turn it over. Head forward Avenue between Inman and New Dover. Back to my hometown. not, they don't do it like I would. Work is not the same as before. There's more software hands in the hardware store. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, Abraham, look at all the money now. Oh, Abraham, good night. It's your party, but I'll cry if I want to. I wouldn't care how much they had if they would only do what's right, not far right. I was born by a Kerouac stream, under eyes and howler skies. They saw freedom as a big idea. Now it was right before my eyes. They say Jack helped to build the Pentagon, and I built the interstate that we are off and on, off and on. Oh, Abraham, was it all about the money then? Oh, Abraham, good night. It's your party, but I'll cry if I want to. All powered up and charmed with might, so we are right, we're always right, right. Oh, we're right, they're wrong, let them get their own song. We're right, they're wrong, let them get their own song. See a penny and I pick it up. 99 more and I have a buck. Abe, you were born in old Kentucky, but we still miss you here. I'm going to sing a song from the True in Time record. I've been a part of a songwriter workshop that is hosted by Eliza Gilkison, my friend Eliza Gilkison, and they're home in Taos, near Taos, New Mexico. And people come from all over to write songs, and it's not just people talking at you there, you know, it's people getting songs written and improved and added on, and you know. It's kind of a really nice situation, nice environment to be in around those creative people in a beautiful place. I wanted somehow to capture that feeling of being there, and so I started asking about the names of some of the features of the land, and they were telling me about the people of the Taos Pueblo, who are native people who've been there for hundreds of years, and they call themselves the people of the Red Willow. And all these kind of these names and the features of the land that were kind of evocative. And so this is written kind of 20 years in the future, looking back at now or times around these times, and thinking that's when things started to change. And, I think when a good thing happens in a place, it's more likely to happen again. I guess I'll say no more. It's a song called Arroyo Seco. It's the name of the town, and in Spanish it means this is dry river, dry creek bed. Arroyo Seco. place where the hippies won, in the land of the Subaru, where the dream was never done, and there still was room for you. In the valley of the Rio Grande, north of the Taos Plateau, people there would lend a hand and leave you room to grow, room to grow. It was back in 17, the summer before the fall. Hope was being squeezed by the bums who had it all. But there was music all around, because the people dared to sing. You know, they made such a sound that they could face anything, anything. Sun, smoke, and cottonwood snow. The people of the red willow know. Arroyo Seco, New Mexico. Well, some made a little fire so the big fire wouldn't burn. The word rose like smoke and the winds began to turn. Above the Taos Plateau, in the valley of the Rio Grande, a new sound took hold and resonated with the land, with the land. Oh, sun, smoke, and cottonwood snow. Some things only the red willow know. Hondo and Seco, New Mexico. In a place where the hippies won and the Subaru would do, the hard times came on, harder than they ever knew. But they would build again, sand, clay, and straw. They found a new well within and made an even deeper draw, deeper draw. Sun, smoke, and cottonwood snow. Some learn what the red willow know. Arroyo Seco, New Mexico. Land of enchantment, New Mexico. The title song of the first record, mine, that came out in 1987 on Red House Records. I lived in a place called the Blues Palace for a while. That's also, another song. And I would drive from Godfrey Daniels to the Blues Palace late at night after shows and hanging out at Godfrey's. I did a lot of hanging out at Godfrey's. I loved that. Listening to the people's stories after the show, bugging them, asking them how they wrote songs and what they listened to and stuff. So. singing this song. This is a song called I Know. And it was written when I thought I knew something. I was wrong, but it used to be I know, and then it's like, I know. I know. Okay, I know. When I come home late at night, so then I know when to cruise or take it light. I know, and I know when the radio's wrong, and when the weatherman is jive. I've seen the news, still it's good to be alive. I know. I know that the church bells ring on the Sundays in this town, and I know I have to come indoors when the rain is pouring down. And I know if you left me here, I would be a poorer man. This world with you, there's a place I understand. I know, I know. Oh, I don't know if I had my way, I would never end this ride. These hills will do if you need a place to hide. I know, I know. Well, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. Oh, yeah. No, no, no. Sing a song. This is one I did not write. It was written. I learned it from a record by the band, and it was sung by Richard Manuel. It's a record called Jericho, and I got the sheet music to it, and I found out that it was first recorded by Harry Belafonte in 1954. And the sheet music said that the songwriters were Fred Brooks and Marshall Barrere, but Fred Brooks was actually Fred Hellerman from the Weavers, and I'm guessing they didn't use his real name. He didn't use his real name on the sheet music because he was blacklisted at the time. It was during the McCarthy era. A lot of people have recorded this song. I think Don Williams, Sam Cooke did a great version of it, and I love the version by Richard Manuel. I found out this was Richard Manuel's favorite song. It's called I'm Just a Country Boy. Never gonna kiss those ruby red lips of the prettiest girl in town. Never gonna ask her to marry me. I know she turned me down. And I'm just a country boy. Money have I none, but I've got silver silver in the stars and gold in the morning sun. Gold in the morning sun. Never could afford a store-bought ring with a sparkling diamond stone. All I could afford was a loving heart, the only one I own. And I'm just a country boy. Money have I none, but I've got silver, silver in the stars and gold in the morning sun. Gold in the morning sun. Never gonna marry in the fall, ain't gonna marry in the spring, for I'm in love with a pretty little one who wears a diamond ring. And I'm just a country boy. Money have I none, but I've got silver, silver in the stars and gold in the morning sun. Gold in the morning sun. Thank you very much. I'd like to play a little guitar for you now. This is called a G-sharp guitar. It was given to me by my friend Willem Leeuwenhoek in the Netherlands. It's got six strings like a regular guitar, but it's got the short neck, which makes it very portable. Fits in all the overheads on the planes. But the short neck makes it can make it kind of funny to tune. It's recommended that because the intonation gets a little wacky as you go up the neck. So if you tune it to standard tuning, it gets a little wacky. So it's recommended you tune it higher than standard, and it's recommended you go 2 steps higher than standard pitch, which makes the E strings, the top and bottom strings are tuned to E in the standard tuning. Which makes, if you go 2 steps higher, it's A flat or G sharp, and that's how the guitar gets its name. It's not a very interesting story, but it's true. I've got more like that. Not quite as good. Okay. poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world alone. There is no sickness, toil or danger in that bright world to which I go. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I know dark clouds will gather around me. I know my way is rough and steep, yet beauteous fields lie just before me, where souls redeem their vigils keep. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I'm going there to see my mother. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. Thank you. Let's get to another request here. I used to have a problem with my shows being too slick. I think my show here was when I did the show last time. It was a very slick period. Okay. See, I'm going to give this one a go. It's a song from my youth growing up in New Jersey. It was inspired by the cousins of my friend, my best friend Pete Burley. And it was inspired by a visit by the Italian side of his family from Jersey City to Pete's place in Islin. And I fell in love with almost all of his girl cousins that day. And it did me no good whatsoever. Except I have this song. It's called Italian Girls. My dreams, they longer names, the darker hair. They made me weak, they made me stare, but I couldn't say a word to them. Their figures so full of vitamins. I wasn't cool, I wasn't bad, I was the only one I'd ever had. And they possessed the world's delights, espresso mornings, lasagna nights. Oh, the Italian girl, oh, the Italian girl, they made my world. They were strong and they were proud. Some were sweet and some were loud. They'd fill me up with what they'd cook, then put me down with just one look. I followed them through summertime. I made them laugh, I made them rhymes, but they left me there for other ones who had the dough when day was done. Just one thing kept me free. They were not in love with me. Now they've married and gained some weight, but that weight I appreciate, for it's the work of all those meals, and what you eat is what you feel. For the Italian girls, oh, the Italian girls, they made my world. I used to fall for Italian girls. They filled my dreams, they made my world. But passion dies and fades away, or lives to fight another day. Sorry, Jonathan. All right. Let's do a few more for you here, if I may. I was going to say I want to do 3 more. I'm going to do 3 more for you, but only 2 of them I want to do. This next one's, it's not a request. I get requests about this song, but it's a request not to do this song. But I feel I must, as a folk singer, I must sing about the truth to the people. Well, it's a song, I wanted to write a song about aging gracefully, but it had to be true. And so it didn't work out. I've got this song instead. It's horrible. I do mention scrapple in the song. I don't know how many gourmet types there are out there. I describe. Oh, I figured. Okay, my kind of crowd. Scrapple eating crowd. I describe scrapple as a pork-based breakfast meat. There's not a lot of meat involved. It's pig parts, just not the meat ones. Use your imagination.
Scrapple, the other gray meat.
Yes, it's very nice and gray. I come sometimes compared to Spam. It's like Spam without the health benefits. And I've been to the Spam Museum in Minnesota, in Austin, Minnesota. They have a Spam Museum. I've been to the original one and to the new one downtown. You got to put it on your list. There is not a Scrapple museum yet. I'm going to start a Go Fund Yourself campaign. Get that going. There's no Spam in the song, just a little Scrapple. It's called People My Age. People my age have started looking gross. I cannot say all, and I shouldn't say most. I've seen them in the grocery, I've seen them up close. People my age have started looking gross. People my age are showing somewhere. There's holes where the teeth runs, and the heads have gone bare. Their brains are shrinking, faces sinking into fat. And as for the mirror, we won't be looking into that. People my age have started looking gross. Maybe not in Colorado or up the Silicon Coast. Back in Pennsylvania, I'd eat Scrapple on toast. Those were my first steps on the road to looking gross. Any eye contact I made during the song was purely accidental. People my age are looking overripe. Some are getting operations to tighten up what ain't tight. What gravity's ruined, they try to fix with a knife. What's pleasant in the darkness is plain scary in the light. Gross. All right, well, thanks for staying up late. Let's sing this one. If we don't mind me telling this story, I've told it before, and you may have heard it, but it's one of my favorite stories that ever happened. I was playing at a festival in London, England in July of 1992, and I checked, it was called the American Music Festival, and I checked into the hotel where the performers were staying. I think it was the Overland Hotel near Hyde Park. And I checked in, I went to bed at an early hour, reasonable hour, because I wanted to be ready to play the next day. But I couldn't sleep because of the time change, the jet lag, whatever. So I figured, okay, I'll go to the bar and have a beverage that will move me towards dreamland, but not fragment my sleep. So I was trying to be practical. So I went to the bar, I was sitting there, and I see someone sit down to my left, and I look over, again, and I said, "Are you Pop Staples?" It was Pop Staples from the Staples Singers. So he said, "Yeah, I couldn't sleep." I said, "Are you going to be here a minute?" He said, "Yeah." And he ran upstairs. He had just put out his first solo record after recording with the Staples Singers with great success for decades. And it was his first solo record. It was called Peace to the Neighborhood on Point Blank Records. And I got my copy, I brought it downstairs, and he was still there, and I asked him if he would sign it. And he was very gracious, he signed it, and I spoke with him for a minute, and all of a sudden he got really sleepy. I was glad I could help. So he went back upstairs. The next day, the breakfast situation at the hotel was cafeteria style, and I got my tray of food. It was a traditional English breakfast. I got my tray, I sat down. I was traveling by myself, like I usually do. And I hear a voice say, "Mind if I join you?" And I look up, and it's Pop Staples with his tray of food. I couldn't believe it. It took me a while to get words out. Eventually, he understood that I would love that. So I got to have breakfast with him and visit a little bit and ask him about some of the people he knew. He was originally from Mississippi. He knew some of the original folk blues guys. He knew Charlie Patton, who kind of influenced his guitar style. Also from that same area was Chester Burnett, Howlin' Wolf. Tommy Johnson was also from there. And when he lived in Chicago, he was close family friends with Mahalia Jackson, the great gospel singer. Stevie Wonder would stay at his place when he came through town. During the Civil Rights era, he was a personal friend of Dr. King, and he played in JFK's White House. The Staples family and their music is so central to what I like best about this country. As we were getting ready to leave, he said, "You're a songwriter, right?" And I said, He said, "Well, if you ever write any contemporary gospel songs, send them to me. I'll give you a good deal." And he gave me his address. Boy, I thought, wow, I'd love to have something that he would sing. See, I was interested in where he'd been and who he knew, and he was interested in the future. He was not interested in his past. I was interested in his past. Anyway, I thought, boy, I'd love to have something that he would sing. And I had a fragment of a song. It was just a chorus, I think. And it was my idea of what a gospel song was. And so I finished the song, and I recorded it, and I sent it to him. And I was home in Bethlehem when I was hardly ever home, and the phone rang, and the answering machine picked up, and I heard the voice say, "Hello, this is Pop Staples." And I rushed over to the phone. I picked up the receiver and said, "Pops! Pops!" Because I was already as cool then as I am now. "Pops!" And he said, "Oh, screening your calls, huh?" I said, "Yeah, I guess so." And he said he wanted to thank me for sending him the music. And I could hear it playing in the background over the phone. It was one of my favorite moments ever. Anyway, he never did get around to recording any of my songs. But I do believe in the end he did give me a good deal. This is the song he inspired me to finish, and it's called Good Noise. Tell me the truth, what are you living for? Tell me why are you near? Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you're doing here. Oh, oh, oh. Now we all got the hand for the gimme, we all got the mouth for the much obliged. But when it comes down to giving back, we give the eye to the other guy. Oh, it seems that so much trouble is simply caused by the angry word. Although silence can be a virtue, I say it's a good noise that's preferred. Tell me the truth, what are you living for? Tell me why are you near? Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you're doing here. Oh, oh, oh. You may have every right and reason to be down in the dumps today, but aren't you just adding to the problem? You got nothing good to say. I have a question for the mighty all across this mighty land. Well, tell me, how can you ever take a breath of hope talking down your fellow man? Tell me the truth, what are you living for? Tell me why are you near? Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you're doing here. Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you're doing here. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the Institute of Musical Traditions for having me come back here. This is finish off with one more song from the True in Time record. I'll be around afterwards if you want to say hello, but I won't come out immediately because not everybody wants to run into me. So I want to give those people a head start. So you have to deal with me. But then I'll be around if you want to say hello. This is a song called Mennonite Girl. Once I loved a Mennonite girl, and for a while she was my whole world. I think of her when the swallows fly, as I make my way to the by and by. I did right, and I did wrong. I met her far, far from my home, under northern lights. I first kissed her hair. She stole my heart, and she kept it there. I roamed again, oh, I did right. A hollow man who ached inside. Love seems to come from outside time. Well, I knew love when she was mine. I lost her to another place, another's arms, another's face, and made a vow right there and then to never let love go again. Chasing dreams, seeking gold. I was a young man, now I'm old. I learned one thing, to be sure. You can't find gold and lose something more. I never learned the Mennonite ways. She's in my heart for all my days. I wish her peace, I wish her love, I wish her easy with the rub. Once I loved a Mennonite girl, and for a while she was my whole world. I think of her when the swallows fly, as I make my way to the by and by. I think of her when the swallows fly. Thank you very much. Thanks for clapping until I got back.
Love is our cross.
Okay. There we go, okay. All right. Finish off with a straight ahead love song. My wife is a writer and a poet. When she heard the Mennonite Girl song, she said, "Have you heard my poem about the Amish boy?" I'm more careful about the songs now. Okay, I'll finish up with a straight ahead love song. This is a song about a Mennonite girl. I didn't know where to find you. I didn't know how I could touch that light that's always gathering behind you. I didn't know that I would find a way to find you in the morning. But love can pull you out of yesterday as it takes you without warning. I want to be a long-time friend to you. I want to be a long-time known, not one of your memories used to be. A summer's fading song. It's from me, it's to you, for your eyes. It's a way, a wonder that is wise. I am here, you are there. Lovers our cross to bear. I know I'll think of us upon that hill, with the golden moon arising, and the stars will fall around us still, while the love is realizing. so it is until we meet again. I know I'll think of us upon that hill, with the golden moon rising and the stars will fall around us still, while the love is realizing. And so it is until we meet again. And I throw my arms around you. You can't count the gray hairs in my head. I'll still be thankful that I found you. It's from me, it's to you, for your eyes. It's a way, a wonder that is wise. I am here, you are there. Love as our cross to bear. Love was our cross to bear. Thank you very much. Be careful going home. Thank you, Jonathan and Dave, all the volunteers.